Hi everyone! So I am here today exploring something new. I was going to go down to Trellis Bay, but the weather's a little yucky and I'm feeling a little under the weather, so I decided to do something close to home. And randomly my boyfriend said, well, what about the dungeons? And I had never heard of this before. So I did some Googling, did some research, and I found it. I drove past it once and I had to turn around and I came back and I was able to spy it from the road, and I've driven past this like millions of times and I've never seen it. So I'm very excited to go in and check it out. It's an old fort. So let's go explore. I'll show you where it is on the side of the road, so if you want to come and check it out, you can. Here's a map of Tortola, and the red dot is where the dungeon is located. It's past Nanny Key and it's past Havers. As soon as you come around the corner and you see Pockwood Pond, you're going to want to look for these 4 rocks to your right. In front of that, you're going to want to tuck your car into the side because there is no parking. I'm not a historian and I don't want to pretend to be one, so the majority of the information that I learned about the dungeon came from the BVI government website and the Wikipedia page. I don't want to get anything wrong, so I'm going to link those pages below, but I will say that it was very interesting to learn how many times it shifted hands between the Dutch and the Spanish and then the English, and the ships that came in and the men that were stationed in different strategic areas and how they killed everyone and took back power of the Tortola. So definitely look at the links and read the history for yourself. It's very interesting. Due to the wind, I'm going to switch between live voice and voiceover just so you can hear me. There's the front door. So it says the dungeon, Fort Purcell. This fort was built in 1794 by the Royal Engineers. It was dubbed the dungeon because of its underground cell. There's just a few short stairs down into this first room. If you do have some allergies, I will note there is mold, and I was definitely sneezing while I was inside of it. But it's pretty clean, and I did learn some stuff from Wikipedia about the etching, so let's take a listen to what I learned. The use of different stone types in various parts of the building shows the evolution of the building's construction. Inside one of the rooms are a series of graffiti drawings carved into the wall by a board member of the garrison. One drawing shows a dancing girl and another an officer or gentleman in a 3/4 length coat. By dating the clothing worn by the people in the drawings, we are able to see that the fort would have been garrisoned during the 7 Years' War, which took place between 1756 and 1763. When you walk out of that room and you take a left, you're going to walk through some brush and you're going to come across this side of the building. I believe this is what is rumored to be the powder room. Since it was never a cell, they say the powder room was below ground with the doorway to the rear to prevent the risk of explosion if it was struck by a cannon shot, which makes total sense. So I'm not going to lie, when I walked up to this door, I got a little nervous. I was literally in the middle of the bush. No one knew where I was. There was no one around me. Obviously, there was houses behind. But when I came up to that door, I didn't know what to do. So I walked out, and for a split second, I just wanted to leave. I didn't want to go into that room, but I thought, no, I got to do this. I got to show everyone on the vlog. So I put my flashlight on, and I just did a little prayer, and I went down into the room. It was really kind of cool. It was much cooler, obviously, because it was underground. There was a cute little lizard on the door, on the windowsill. See, right there. And the brick changed, so it went from that outside, rock to actual brick. And it was very small and dark, and the floor was dirt with some rocks on it. I was surprised just in general that it didn't sustain more damage since it was built in the 1700s from all of the devastating hurricanes that we've had, and there wasn't more trash. I thought that was really great that everything was clean and orderly. So here I'm standing at the front of the building parallel with the side of the fort, looking out to the water side, essentially what the Dutch or the Spanish would have been looking at when they were inside the fort. I'm short so you can't see much, so sorry about that. As I turn the camera to the left, that's headed towards Roadtown, and then Peter Island and Norman Island, and then we get into the USVIs, and then further down is West End. I definitely recommend going and checking out the dungeon. It's a really cool site. It only takes maybe 10 to 15 minutes to look at the whole thing. Bring a flashlight, maybe wear some long pants, and wear some sneakers. Well, that was really cool. I'm really excited that we got to go explore the dungeon. It sounds a little bit scarier than it actually is. And I did hear that there is one more down the road near Parkwood Pond. So let's go see if we can find it. I don't know the name of it though. The second fort is down the road from the dungeon on your left-hand side before you get to the gas station. I still don't know the name of it, but it's much bigger than the dungeon, and much shorter as well. It doesn't look like there was any cannons or maybe the top fell down. As you can see from here, it's tucked away inside like the shoulder of the mountain with a great view of the water, and there was a circular area built. It's about 6 feet tall. In some other research I read, it said that there was a cistern, so maybe this is the cistern area. And then behind it is the first structure that we saw, and it's two different buildings. It kind of doesn't look like that when you're walking past it because there's so much brush, but it is in fact two different buildings. If I learn more about this, I will definitely do a little recap and share with you what I've learned. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some of the forts with me today. I know that there's a few more here in the BVI, especially in Virgin Gorda, so we will definitely put those on the list to check out. Please like and subscribe and tell all your friends about the vlog. Thank you guys for joining me.